will.
Do you think that the internship process is fair?
Help me, what process specifically?
Well, do you think that that unpaid internships mean inequality of opportunity?
Oh, yes. Okay, so it's interesting. So yes, I think that companies offering unpaid internships by their very nature therefore only allow a certain demographic of the population to apply for them, particularly if that internship takes place in a high cost of living area. So there are certain industries that are notorious for doing this, media being one of them, and most of them are in New York City. So it is basically saying that you have to be able to pay for your own apartment, your own transportation, your own food, and there's only a few select groups of people who can do that.
Okay.
So that's not fair.
So do you think unpaid internships perpetuate inequality between rich and poor students?
I think they certainly can. Because we all know, and there's a lot of research to back this up, that one of the primary ways that students gain full-time employment is through internships. Whether that internship itself directly leads to a job at that company or just getting that experience makes them a more attractive candidate for something else. So therefore, if in your field all you can find are unpaid internships, you might be at a disadvantage if you just simply cannot afford to do that. I think the difference, though, is, and some of the ways that it can kind of even out, is that finding internships where you can live at home, or so there are ways that an unpaid internship it's not great, but it's not as much of a impediment.
Okay. Do you think that the internship process is considered an upper class favoring system?
What? Well, yeah, I mean, and it's interesting when you think about. I think you could argue that the job search process in general favors upper class, and part of what that is it's sort of like college applications as well. Like, if you have been through this process before, so if your parents secured well-paying jobs or professional level jobs, they're better able to help you find those similar things. Now, if you have a parent that is in a blue-collar role, they really can't help you navigate, and they probably don't have friends or other people that can help you. So yeah, to some degree, that is a thing that happens.
Okay. Do you think that unpaid internships affect the industry?
Affect the industry, like the industries where they occur.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think, therefore, a lot of times I would assume that the unpaid internships, probably, if you look at the demographics of people who do them, they're just less diverse. I would argue probably, obviously, socioeconomically, probably racially. And so, therefore, that company's pipeline isn't as diverse as it potentially could be. Now, I think companies are trying to do things like, and this is where the catch-22 comes in, is that, so there's some companies that either out of the goodness of their own hearts or more likely fear of lawsuits have decided that they will pay their interns, maybe just minimum wage, but they will pay them. But because of that, they've reduced the number of internships that are available. So it's this sort of thing of like, there might actually be less of an opportunity for people to get those internships that we all know lead, but now at least it's sort of fair. So again, there's no kind of like magical solution to this problem.
Okay. Next question. Is it fair that students' parents provide their kids with internships while others have to work hard to find their own internship?
I think it's like the concept of fairness, right? It's interesting because that maybe it's not fair, but that's how the world works. I know that's like a tough thing to understand, that's rough and it's rocky and it's all of that. But I think that there are a lot of times where people get opportunities that potentially they did not that they didn't deserve them, but like somehow they kind of got a little bit of an edge over someone else. And so even things like if you happen to interview with an alum from your institution who just sort of likes you more just because of that fact, that's not really fair either. So I think it's just not, choosing someone to work with is not impartial, right? Like you really are trying to figure out. So it's not even, I think, inherently fair at all.
Okay.
But it still works.
Do you think that unpaid internships mean inequality of opportunity?
I think that, again, for those kind of like the New York City unpaid internship, and I just pick on New York because a lot of our students are looking to go there. Yeah, I mean, I just think, and if it's not totally unequal, it just makes it harder on the student who has to then potentially find, maybe there are scholarships available, maybe there are special programs, but they have to do another layer of work in order to make an unpaid internship ever make any sort of sense.
Got it. All right, that's it.
Okay!
Thank you.